Yo YouTube, today we're playing a Crimson lobby control match. We're going up against a purple flamed Crimson. This is an insane match. Let's break it down. Starting off with the Vaznev, going to push through. We get the first blood here. The second guy is going to push through the right. We spot the third guy. Now once we made him one shot, we wanted to disengage from the gunfight. Didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to, but my teammates are on the A point, okay? So far so good. We're going to go through middle, try to cut them off. Make sure you're using your equipment wisely here. We know that they're going to be around the middle somewhere. So we spot this guy, and yeah, I didn't really take my own advice there. I probably should have stun checked or something just to give me a bit more intel there, and you could just see what happened. So the opponents just did a really good job of kind of regaining there, considering we had a good start. So now we're in a situation where they've got a bit more map control, and control is all about map control, right? You want to basically break the maps into quadrants, into sections, and just push up the map as a team. So right now we're on the right hand side, and this is a bit of a mixy round, okay, because we don't have much map control. Again, what I'm trying to do here is, again, it's quite a high risk play here, but I'm going to go through the right, and I'm trying to just get any bit of security here, trying to lock down this right side of the lane and just make sure that my team has an opening. So I'm going to try to be the playmaker here. We spot one. Now there's a few choices there. One is to play the hill, and the second one is to push up and play the right side. Right now I'm actually going for the second option. I'm trying to play the right side and just make sure no one can push me. At the same time, I'm backing off sometimes to get that tick and secure that tick, depending on the way the kills are going. Now as soon as my teammate got that third kill, I just have a feeling somebody's going to flank me. So while my teammate's watching the front, I was actually watching the flank, and I went to engage into that gunfight. Now I feel like that wasn't a bad challenge. I feel like I hit a lot of my shots as well, but he had the assault rifle, and in hindsight wasn't the best challenge just because he was able to take me out. We're going to go through here, jump around the corner. We take out the second enemy, and now while my teammate pushes through A, I'm going to jump across here because we don't want to be we don't want to be hit here. We're going to jump across again. Make sure to use your equipment to check corners. And now while my teammate's on A, we're going to push through and just try to stop them from pushing through. There you go. There's one. Going to go to the left hand side here, and you can just kind of see how my brain's working right now, what I'm processing. So I'm looking around the mini map, and I'm just trying to see what areas are empty essentially, and where the area I feel like the enemies are going to come from, I'm literally just pushing that lane and trying to help my teammates. So that's all I'm doing right now. We go through, we get a two-piece. I'm expecting somebody to be around this corner. I do have the dead silence activated, so I can play a bit more aggressive, but this guy was literally waiting there on the floor, waiting for me to push through, and he got exactly what he wanted. I literally pushed into the open and got taken out. But 13-13 now, we're in a bit of a situation where somebody needs to make a play from either team to win the round. We're going to go through here. We are on the offense, so, this isn't our round expected to win. The defense normally has the advantage. Going to go through. I thought that was some good shots there. I kind of centered around to his head, but again, with the assault rifle, I just a bit better of a weapon at that distance, and they're probably going to win the gunfight most of the time. So we go through again. Another situation where I jump around the corner. I was the aggressor. Maybe I missed a few shots, but yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. But my teammate absolutely fries two of them, and this is where you really need to kind of push through and make sure you're making the most out of your opportunity. So my teammate went massive there with a three-piece. This we're going to push through. We're going to chuck a stun at the back stairs, chuck a stun and a grenade. Now while the equipment is going through, we're going to back off, and I spot somebody in our bedroom, try to take him out. We get him weak. The nade takes me out, and now this is where my teammates need to go massive. 7 versus 9. We're spawning on the right hand side, so we're going to go through, and we get really fortunate, okay? We get really fortunate. I obviously remembered where he killed me from. He killed me from the top bedroom, so as I went up the stairs, I pre-aimed that same area. We was able to take him out, and now the last guy is in our spawn. So knowing that the last guy's in our spawn, I'm going to go through middle, make sure we clear that area, because what you want to do, right, is you want to play for the reinforcements, because that's the unknown variable. That's the factor where you don't know they're going to come from. We're going to go through again. We've got a nade in the mix here. We're going to make him one shot, jump through the other corner, and this is where we just don't have a lot of time left. So 3 versus 4, I'm going to try to push through. We spot one. We're able to take him out. I'm going to turn around here. I know we don't have much time here, but I think we're doing a good job. We get another kill, jump around the corner. I'm absolutely one shot. Going to go through, and we actually just clutched up. So that was a very, very risky play, right? What I did is I went for the guy that spawned up, because I knew that although there wasn't much time right here, I went for the guy on the stairs. As soon as we killed him, I turned around, and I knew that there was a 2 versus 1, right? So even if I was able to dive on the hill, you see right here, I actually dove on the hill. Even if I died there, my teammate would have known where he was, and we would have been in a better situation. So I think I made the play there. Obviously it worked out well, so I can say I made the play, but even thinking about it, even if I didn't win the round, I still think I made the right decision, and we're able to win the offense, which is massive because the offense is a lot harder to win. So round 1 under our belt. All we have to do in round 2 is keep composed and hopefully win the game. So we're going to go through the left here, make sure we're using the cover to our advantage. You guys know how important cover is. We go through, there's a guy in the top bedroom there, but this is a very, very tough situation. Now if I could replay that, what I probably would have done is disengaged from the first guy, gone prone, and challenged the second enemy that just killed me. That would have been a bit better right there. That would have been more, useful. Instead I died, and what happened is they just had a really good aggressive push over to the B point, and we're actually giving them so much intel here. So my team is going to go through. I'm trying to help him. That's 3 go down now, but I think the damage is done, to be honest with you. I think the damage is done. Although we got a 4-piece, they actually got a tick and a half over at B. I know they're going to spawn back A. So this is where I'm going to try to slide in. I have to be very careful because I don't have the dead silence. I don't have the freedom to just run across the map here. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to try to take my time. Now I'm looking at the bottom right of my field upgrade, right? And I'm very close to my dead silence. So I'm going to try to play for it. Jump around the corner. We spot one. Go for the jump shot. As soon as we take him out, we're going to back off. And this is where we can use the dead silence, okay? Second guy's there. We're going to snake him. Now I'm not just going for the snaking just to kill him. I'm going for the snaking just to buy some time for my teammates. See, we're going to turn around. I hear somebody behind me. We're able to take him out, turn around again. And I'm basically 1 versus 3. We make him one shot and somehow we actually are able to fry him. Now, that was a really, really difficult situation to be in. Okay, this is obviously not to break down. This is just, I don't know what happened, man. Just getting some terrible, terrible internet right there. I think it was something to do with the game, to be honest. A terrible packet burst. But right there in that breakdown, so what I did is I got the first guy. I can go over it while the packet burst keeps going on. And the second guy was basically on the other side of A. So I tried to snake him. And then what happened is because I heard the third enemy, right? I turned around. I waited for that guy. And as soon as I killed him, I once again turned around. Now, the only way I could have died there realistically is if the second guy pushed me. So I was kind of banking on him playing the head glitch. And yeah, it worked out really well. And then I got a packet burst. And yeah, I kind of just lost all my momentum. So we're not going to break that one down. I'm going to go through. They're actually on the A point. I'm going to jump around the corner. And I didn't mind if I died there. That was one of those situations where you want to play aggressive and you want to just try to take them out. But we are up by lives. They only have a minute 20 to work with. So I don't really mind giving them A. I think you have to like think about it, right? What can we give them? I think giving them A, as long as we take some lives and something, it's not too bad. So I spoke about this in another video, but if you can take 2 out of the 3 following things, you probably win the game in control. So if you can take either the lives, if you can control the lives, the time, or the heal, you're pretty good to go. And I think in this instance, we're controlling the time and the lives. They've got a bit more momentum on the heal. They only need 2 ticks to get. But in terms of the lives and the time, we're doing pretty good. So I made this guy one shot. And the worst thing for me to do there was challenge him, okay? And what do? I challenge the middle. I definitely shouldn't have done that. I was already weak. I should have held my angle. And that was just one of the situations where I was trying to get out of the gunfight. And I don't know why I jumped through middle. It was a very risky play and it didn't work out in that instance. Gonna push through. The guy's on the stairs. I didn't actually spot him because my teammates were on the lobby head glitch, and this looks a bit scary now. They've got a bit more momentum on B. You're gonna see we're just pushing out, like literally out in the open, trying to get any momentum we can. And what I want to do here realistically is you want to get into bottom bedroom and you want to play in that area so that you've got more, basically more momentum. You've got more angles to look at, and you can see I'm losing a lot of gunfights. I'm getting caught sprinting, so I decided to switch things up here and just try a different approach. And yeah, it just doesn't work out. They actually do a really good job. Now, I think one thing we could have done better there is we didn't have anybody in their spawn. If we had one player in bedroom, I honestly think we could have won that round, because from bedroom, right, from top or bottom bedroom, you can see the hill a lot more clear. You can see so many different angles, and what happens is they start to second guess themselves, they start to doubt themselves, and they don't know where to position themselves. So if I could replay that round, I definitely would have tried to push through, tried to get bedroom control, and I definitely think we would have won that. But that's okay. We've learned from our mistake. Hopefully for the next defense, we don't make the same mistake. But here we are in the round 3. What can we do on the next offense? Can we clutch up and finally take the lead? We're going to go through. We're going to chuck a stun through the little gap there. Chuck a nade on the left-hand side. That's just going to give me a bit of breathing room. I know exactly where the enemies are going to come from, but my teammates go down. So now we're in a situation where we don't have a lot of map control. The guy comes behind me, and this is what happens, right? I should have heard him, to be honest. He didn't have dead silence. But as the aggressive SMG player, what my opponent did right there was just such a good play. He basically pushes through, and he just gets you second-guessing yourself. So that's why he's in, obviously, a Crimson level. He's got the purple flame. He obviously is a good player, so we need to mix things up again. This guy comes behind us, he flanks us, and right now it just looks like something's missing. It looks like we've got a gap in our setup that we need to fix up. I mean, they've already got 7 kills and we've only got 1, so far not good. We're gonna push through. This guy challenged me again with the SMG, just hammering me. There's so many small things here. I'm like, right, what am I doing wrong? And I think there's a lot of small mistakes, not just by me individually, but as a team. We're not pushing together, and the biggest problem in control, right, is if you push separately, you're gonna get exploited. Like, it's so difficult because there's so many angles it can come from, and right now you're literally witnessing a spawn trap. This is important to show you guys because how we recover from this is very important. So I'm going to slow the game down, wait for my teammate, and it's all about the first kill. There you go. We got the first kill. We're going to take our time now. My teammate's with me, right? So as the second opponent approaches me, if we can get a 2-piece together, we can start to push up the map. And I think that's what it's about. I think it's about not losing composure, making sure you play your lives, because it's not that you're getting out skilled, right? It's just that right now you guys are all pushing separately, so they've got the advantage. advantage. So one thing you don't want to do is lose that many lives. You want to try to keep the lives to a bit of a contested point. And you see right now, although they had like an 8 life advantage, it's now getting a bit smaller. It's only 6 lives difference. My teammates are on the B point. I'm actually securing A by myself. We're going to chuck a stun over just to help me out. I've got the sound horn on the left, and I've actually got away with it. I've actually got A. My teammates are in B, and just like that, we've actually somehow managed to switch the game around. So as I mentioned earlier, you know, there's always 2 out of the 3 elements. We don't have the kills on our side, but one thing we do, we have time because we only need to get 1 tick, and we obviously have the ticks because we only need to get 1 left. So in this moment, right, I'm thinking, okay, what do we need to get? Realistically, it doesn't matter how many lives we got. We only need 1 breakthrough. So I'm waiting for my teammates, and I'm desperately trying to open up the game here. So you see, we're going to push through, and all you really want in this situation is 1 3-piece, okay? As soon as you get that 3-piece, you're good to go. You're going to push through, and this might be the opening break. We go through, we get a really good shot off. We get the second guy, and we're just going to push up the map slightly, okay? We're going to let them spawn up. That's okay. We're not playing for the kills here. We're playing for the point. So that's a really good nade from him. Unfortunately, I couldn't put the trophy down quick enough. If I did, man, it would have been great right there. But this is it. This is the break we've been waiting for. We push through the right hand side. My teammate goes through. We spot the guy in the middle. Good centering. We take him out. The last guy might be on top. We turn around. We get the 2-piece. And just like that, the round opens up. Can we win it here? We're going to chuck a stun grenade. We chuck a nade in. We get killed, but my teammate gets a trade. And just like that, we're able to win the round. So that round was just a perfect example of starting off slow, regaining, just taking control of the map, right? In control of this, I'll be honest, okay? Watching this game back, I had a bit more of a, you know, oh, this is what you do. But when I was in the game, I was getting annoyed, right? I was getting frustrated with myself. I was thinking, am I like, why am I losing these gunfights with these guys that much better than me? There was just so many self-doubts going through my head, and I was like, okay, let me just slow the game down. Play for a few kills, because control is so difficult at times when you're in a spawn trap. But when you're getting a bit of momentum and you realize how to actually play the game, it's a lot easier. So we were able to slow down the game, get a few kills, and we're able to win the offense. Now we're in the defense. Hopefully we can clutch up and win the next defense. You always want to refer back to the previous round. So I know that they were playing very aggressive on the B point, so I tried to prepare for that. They go through middle. The guy's going a really good off angle. He takes me out. My teammate gets a massive 2-piece on the A point, and I'm looking at that and thinking, right, so they had a split push here. They're probably going to commit more to A now, just because my team was set up at B, so that's what we're going to try to do. Now, when you're going to the A point here, you have to be careful because there's so many creddy spots. It's so easy for them to kill you. So we're going to go through. We spot one. I'm going to chuck a nade just to cover myself, and we actually get really lucky there. That guy 100% should have killed me, but he didn't kill me. We're going to jump through here. We're going to dive across again, making him weak. And I think in that situation, if you can get a few bullets off and your teammate can get the trade, that's more than enough. Now I'm looking at the mini map and I'm like, right, B is the danger zone. So you want to constantly be worrying about both points. And one thing I want to say is, sometimes when you're in defense, right, you're going to find yourself in situations where they're applying pressure to both points. Now, what you don't want to do is just overcomplicate it and, you know, just start to stress yourself out, start to worry, start to make the wrong plays, okay? If you have to chalk one, that's okay. Is make sure that you're choosing which one you're chalking. Make sure as a team you're deciding, right, we're going to prioritize B, for example. We're going to let them have A, and we're going to set up. Now, in this kind of situation, I was like, right, they're playing aggressive on both. I want to prioritize B. I want to make sure B is protected because I think it's easier to defend, where A is a bit difficult to defend. So we're going to push through. I'm going to let them have A if that's need be, and I'm going to protect B. Now, we're sitting in a really good spot here. We spot the first guy. We want to back off to reposition. We get the first guy, and I'm going to watch bottom bedroom as the next area of danger just because I feel like no one's going to be in the top. We get the second. I'm just going to hold the angle, and we actually get the third. So without me doing too much right there, just by sitting on a power position, sitting on a head glitch, we're going to get a 3-piece. Now this is so important. I've got a massive 3-piece, okay? What you don't want to do is you don't want to stay in that same scenario. Push up, cut lanes, play a different angle, and this is how you can really kind of up your game, okay? The best players there, one person will push up, one person will hold that angle, but you don't want to all play passive. You don't want to apply the pressure, allow the pressure to get to you. So what I'm doing now is pushing through, and you're going to see how different this fourth round is. Look at the live difference compared to the other rounds, because we're just putting them in a spawn trap, but instead of letting them get out of it, we're essentially letting them, you know, run out into the open, and we're able to kind of capitalize on that. And you see we go through, and somehow we actually get a cruise missile, or precision airstrike, sorry, towards the end of that game, all from just that one little streak, just by good positioning. I was able to get a 3-piece on B. We back over to A, we get another 3-piece, and we've given them the point, but that's fine because they only have 4 lives to work with. So with that many lives, you really don't have to commit to anything. You could just sit on the B point, because realistically every kill you get is essentially going to put them at a disadvantage, and they're now left in an AT 18 versus 3. If you're trolling from here, then I'm sorry, but I can't help you with that one. If you lose from 18 to 3, then that's a different problem we have to address right there. But we're going to go through. There's only 2 lives left, so my teammate's probably going to get the kills. Honestly, right now, all I do is I just go towards a point just so I have the trades if need be, but I'm not really worried. 15v1, I don't know who this guy is, but he's not going to win a 15v1. And that is exactly how we won the game. Now, bearing in mind, I had obviously 2 purple crimsons on my team. That definitely helped out, but it was still a good game regardless. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Peace.